Tryambakam yajamahe sagandim pushtivarana urvarukamiva bandhana mrityormukshiyamamritato. Namaste. In our last class, we began an exploration of the connection between the physical breath and the energy breath, and how when we free up the physical breath to flow more easily and abundantly, that the energy or astral breath also flows more freely, and we can more easily bring energy to the brain. So in our previous class, we focused on the abdominal region, the lower and the upper abdominal region. Today, we're going to focus on chest area and up into the neck, which you might not think would have that much to do with the breath, but it has quite a bit to do with the breath, as I think you'll see. Remember, the overall topic of this series of four classes is living from your center. And what this has to do with living from your center is that when we have a free and abundant flow of energy in the astral spine, in your subtle center, we're much more easily able to live our lives from a place of grace and a place of strength. So let's begin in a sitting position. Carolina will be assisting in this class. So sitting cross-legged or in a chair, will be in this position several times through the course of this class. So we want to sit in the same position each time so that you're going to be able to make an accurate before and after comparison with what we do in the stretches. So let's just close the eyes and begin to breathe. First, a simple diaphragmatic breath. The belly expands as you inhale, relaxes back in as you exhale. And then transition into full yogic breath, where you expand belly and then the lower ribs and up into the upper portion of the chest. And the exhalation, you release the chest in, lower ribs and belly. We'll do the same thing we did in the last class, which was we'll use this as our benchmark. We'll use this, how it feels now, how the breath is flowing now, and compare it with how it flows after we've done some stretches. So just notice the ease of the breath. If it can flow abundantly and freely and smoothly, that's a key element, smoothly, throughout both the inhalation and the exhalation. Because if you feel a little the breath catching here and there, not quite smooth, that's a sign of physical tension. And it may be a sign of chronic physical tension, and in which case these stretches we're about to do can be very, very helpful. Okay, now remember how this feels so you can compare later. And let's open the eyes once again. And let's come up to a standing position. We're going to warm up the entire body a little bit first before we go into some stretches that will open up the chest. Some of these will be actual asanas that we're doing. Some of them will just be simple stretches to facilitate easier breathing. So we're going to start with whole body breathing. I'll just demonstrate briefly and then you can follow along. You'll exhale and relax down. And as you inhale, you'll bring the arms out in front as if you have heavy objects holding in your hands. So you have to have tension in the arms, and there's a wave of tension moving up through the body as you inhale to upright, all the way up. So at the top of your inhalation, the whole body is tensed. As you exhale, you relax all the way back down to the initial position. So let's do that together. Let's inhale. Exhale forward and relaxing all the way down. And then heavy objects in the arms, inhaling, bringing them up. A wave of tension moves up through the body. The whole body's tense at the top. Squeeze. Exhaling and relaxing slowly down. And again, inhaling and coming up. A wave of tension lifts you. Little backward bend here. Exhaling, coming down. And one more time. Squeezing. Squeeze a little harder this time. Vibrate the whole body. And exhaling. Let's relax back down. And let's bring the hands to the heart for circle of joy. We're going to warm up the shoulders, but we're going to open up the chest a bit with this exercise also. So let's watch what is happening with your breath as we do this. Hands to the heart. Inhale, interlace. Exhale, press the palms forward. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, relax behind, interlacing fingers. Inhale, lift the chest and the hands, opening up the breath. Exhale, circle way out in front and back to the heart. Inhaling, interlacing. Exhaling, pressing forward. Inhaling, reaching tall. Exhaling, behind. Let's open up. And out in front, back to the heart. One more time, a little different this time. Inhale, interlace. Exhale, forward. Inhale, overhead. This time, exhale, left. Okay, will be your mirror images here. Inhale, top. Exhale, right. Inhale, up. Exhale, behind once again. And step the feet apart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come forward from the hips. Bring the hands out overhead. Let the shoulders relax. Spine, crown of the head relax toward the floor. Just as the breath continues to flow, let the shoulders soften and open. Tightness in the shoulders can also restrict your breath. Just let them open up. And let's bend the knees, inhaling, reaching hands upward, release, stretch tall overhead. Exhaling, relax arms down, step the feet back together. Close the eyes and just let the breath flow easily. So we're going to progressively open up the chest area, the entire rib cage. So not just the front, which we think of as the chest, but 360 degrees all around, opening it up for the breath. Let's do the standing backward bend now. With the right foot forward and the left foot a little bit back. Okay, short distance. Right knee bent over right ankle, left leg straight. Let's inhale, sweep the hands up and overhead, lift the chest, lift your gaze. And really focus on the breath in the chest area here. Not just lifting the chest up, but opening out to the sides as you hold the pose. Keep it flowing smoothly. You know, like every breath, the rib cage is able to open a little bit more. Feel as if a hand is gently lifting you up from behind the heart, expanding you open. One more breath. And let's inhale. Reach up and step forward. Exhaling, relax down. Close the eyes. Lift the gaze to the point between the eyebrows. Very simple asana, wonderful for opening up your breathing. Let's do the opposite side now. Step the right foot back. Left knee bent over left ankle. Inhaling, sweeping up and open. And palms together, exhaling, softening shoulders and elbows. Again, feel the backward bend moving up into the upper spine. So not just the lower back. Keep your weight evenly distributed, both legs. and lift up. It's not a tipping back, it's a lifting up. Silently affirm, I am free. I am free. Like the breath itself is affirming that. I am free. I am free. And let's inhale. Reach up and step forward. Exhaling. Relax, arms down once again. Let the body come to full stop. Close the eyes, lift the gaze. Place your attention in the chest area, opening up for freer and freer breathing. Let's come down onto the knees now for Parighasana, the gate pose. We're going to open up sides of the chest now for breathing. Let's step the left foot out to the side, left hand resting lightly on left leg. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, over to the side. And you can either have your gaze straight ahead or turned up past the right arm, which is an extension of your spine, but put your concentration in the right side of the rib cage here. And feel it opening up, not because you're crunching over to the side, but because you're lengthening over to the side. You may feel the stretch all the way down to the rim of the pelvis on the right side here, but concentrate as much as you can in the rib cage area. One more breath. And let's inhale, reach tall, exhaling, bring the left knee back to join the right, close the eyes, and now I can really feel the difference left and right side of the rib cage. Just enjoy that openness on the right side. It's not a place we often get into in stretching, but it's often a place where the breath is restricted a bit. Let's go to the other side. Step the right foot out. Let's inhale, left arm up. Exhale, over to the side. And feel a lengthening, not only sideways bending, but lengthening over to the side. Try to move the stretch as much as possible into the upper left rib cage. You can silently affirm, waves of joy surge upward in my spine. Waves of joy surge upward in my spine. Okay, one more breath. And next inhalation, let's come up and step the right knee back to join the left. And let's come into firm pose, sitting back on the heels, and then just come all the way forward into child pose, Balasana. This simple position can give us a nice opening on the back of the chest, just a gentle stretch. But we're going to now go into a little more vigorous stretch of the back of the chest, Sasamgasana, the hare pose. So grasp your heels with the thumb along the outer edge of the foot, fingers curling onto the instep. Bring the forehead in close to the knees and lift the hips up, stretching arms straight. And try to let go everywhere except in the hands and the legs, so that everything in the upper body is getting a stretch, but especially the back of the chest. Breathe into that stretch in the back of the chest. Like the ribs back there, which we don't often focus on opening, are getting opened up in this stretch. Wonderful for the breath, to free the breath. Just a few more moments. One last breath. And with the exhalation, sit back into child pose. Just let the body relax. And with your next breath, come up to upright, and let's come into comfortable cross-legged position. Okay, and we're going to finish our chest sequence here with a stretch of the front side of the chest. A little hard to get into that, but we're going to do a little stretch that I think will help you do this. So, from your cross-legged position, okay, you're going to stretch the right leg out to the side, left hand just outside of the left hip, and let's inhaling sweep the right arm around, come up on the right knee, open up into the twist. Just keep the breath flowing smoothly, not a twist, backward bend, opening up. Keep the breath flowing, and feel the stretch in the front right side of your chest. May feel very high in the chest, which is just fine. One more breath. And let's release back down into the cross-legged position once again. Sit, eyes closed, and these left and right stretches are very helpful because you get immediate feedback on what the result of the stretch was. If you're very open in here, maybe you feel very little difference, but some of us who are a little tighter in various areas of the chest may feel a significant opening from that simple stretch. So let's do the opposite side now. Now we'll stretch the left leg out to the side, and let's inhale, sweep the left arm up and around, opening upward. Open that front left side of the chest this time. You may need to bring yourself into a bit more of a backward bend to really feel it. Keep the breath flowing. Breathe into it. Feel like the breath is directed right into the upper left chest area. One more breath. And let's release back down. Cross-legged position once again. Now let's compare. Compare the breath with what it was earlier. Close the eyes, lift the gaze to the point between the eyebrows, and move into the full yogic breath, expanding belly and lower ribs, and then the chest with the inhalation. Relaxing chest in, lower ribs, belly with the exhalation. And notice particularly the ease of breathing, especially in the chest area. Maybe you notice more ease in front, but maybe you notice in the sides, maybe you notice more ease in the back. So wherever you feel it, just enjoy that openness and think, I could do this all the time, and maybe I'd have more energy in my day. Maybe I'd have more relaxation in my life, because you would. Okay, now we'll use this as our new reference point for comparison after we've opened up the neck, throat area a bit. As I mentioned earlier, you might not think this has a lot to do with the breathing, even though we all know that the air goes through that. But you'll see as we stretch out the neck that very likely you're going to feel a significant difference in the ease of breathing, and especially in the smoothness of your breathing. So we're going to begin by doing some energization exercises for the neck before we stretch it out, tense the front of the neck, throat, and relax. And again, tense, relax. One more, relax. Now try to isolate just the left side of the neck here. I'm your mirror image. Tense the left side if it helps you to touch the left side so you can really get some tension there. Go ahead and relax. And then the right side, touching if you need. Relax. And left. And relax. And right side. And once more each side. Okay, release the chin to the chest. We're going to double inhale, which is a short, long inhale, and tense the back of the neck as we lift the head. Double exhale, relax forward. Double inhale up. Double exhale, relax. Once more. And then just let the chin stay down. Let the weight of the head stretch out the back of the neck. So we're not pulling down or pushing down. We're just allowing the weight of the head to naturally relax the chin deeper into the chest, stretching out the back of the neck. Next inhalation, let's lift the head up, and not just up, but all the way back as far as it comfortably goes. And stretch the chin up toward the sky. Just jut the lower jaw forward. You open up from the underside of the chin all the way down into the upper chest, perhaps, and relax and do it again. And relax. Do it one more time. And relax. I can even feel a little bit of tension right up around the chin area here when I do that stretch. Don't need that tension. It doesn't serve in any way. Stretch it away. Let's release ears to shoulders one at a time now. A left ear to left shoulder. Let's inhale. Exhale over to the side. Inhale back to upright. Exhale the other way. Inhale upright. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Once more to the left. And once more to the right. And back to neutral. Now let's do a little bit of rotation of the neck. We're going to bring the alternating chin over each shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chin over left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, chin over right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left, and let's hold here this time. And then bring the chin down toward the shoulder and reach the right hand away from you on the floor. You can walk it away and really stretch actively. Not so much through the hand, it's through the shoulder. Just reach the shoulder away from you, opening up the back right side of the neck. And let's release from the stretch. Chin back to level, release back to center, and come over the right shoulder now. And then chin down towards shoulder, reach the left arm away from you on the floor, walking away from you, reaching very strongly, bringing the stretch into the back left neck. more breath. And then let's inhale back up and back to center. And let's finish our little neck sequence here with simple rotation of the head with relaxation in the neck, but still a sense of length in the neck. Try not to move the shoulders, just the head easily rotating. And the other direction. And then back to neutral. Close the eyes, lift the gaze, point between the eyebrows, and straight spine. Just breathe with the full yogic breath, inhaling belly, lower ribs, and chest. Exhaling, chest relaxes in, lower ribs, and then belly. Again, compare the ease of breathing, the smoothness of breathing, perhaps just your ability to take a full breath. Compare it to what it was before. I know that right now I'm feeling a greater sense of openness in the neck than I was before. The breath is so much easier toward the top of the inhalation and the beginning of the exhalation. So much easier to be smooth. So again, if you're feeling differences from either the opening up the chest or the opening up the neck, take that as a cue for some homework that you might want to do with stretching out. Okay, you can find details if you're watching this on television. You can find details on our website about how to watch it anytime you wish to in the future to lead you through these classes once again. Okay, let's now finish with a couple of asanas that are going to help to energize and continue to open the throat area and the chest area a bit in the case of the second asana. We're going to do shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. So Karolina will do shoulder stand. And for those of you who've not done shoulder stand before, please watch the instructional video on our website before attempting it. Don't make this your first time. If you know the pose, go ahead and do it along with her. And for the rest of you, you can do the downward facing dog pose with me. I highly recommend that you use a couple of blankets underneath your shoulders, as Karolina is doing, in order to preserve your cervical curve. All right. So Karolina will lift the legs to vertical position and then lift the buttocks off the floor, bring the legs over and bring the hands to the back side of the body and walk them up toward the shoulder blades and lengthen up through the entire body, pressing the shoulders, backs of the arms, and back of the head into the floor. If you're doing downward dog, come on in with the toes turned under, press down and up. So if you're doing shoulder stand, lengthen up through the entire body, opening the feet like flowers to the sun. If you're doing downward facing dog, lengthen up through the tailbone and through the legs. Those two lines of lifting, meeting at the tailbone and lifting the whole body. Just let the breath flow easily, naturally. Silently affirm, God's peace now floods my being. God's peace now floods my being. Now under control, gracefully, come back out of the asana. If you're in downward dog, come into child pose. If you're in shoulder stand, come into corpse pose. Just for a moment, a few breaths. Then, if you're in child pose, come onto the back side of the body, lying on the floor. If you were in shoulder stand, make sure you've taken the blankets out from underneath you. Let's do fish pose, Matsyasana. Palms down underneath the buttocks, elbows in at your sides. Remember these 4 points, the 2 elbows and the sit bones pressing into the backs of the hands. These are your launching pads for this pose. So on an inhalation, press into those 4 points, lifting up, lightest bit of weight on the back corner of the head, not the crown of the head, the back corner of the head. And keep expanding upward, opening chest and the front of the neck. So both of these body parts we've been working with today, open them up in Matsyasana. Wonderful pose. Breathe into that opening. Expand with the inhalation and relax into that expansion with the exhalation. Silently affirming, my soul floats on waves of cosmic light. My soul floats on waves of cosmic light. And now let's release from Matsyasana into corpse pose, Savasana. Bring the arms away from the body a little bit, just enough so there's plenty of freedom of the breath in the chest area. Don't want to restrict that. Also, turning the palms open to the sky will help to keep that area free of any constriction. Have the feet slightly apart so the legs have plenty of space around them. That's not so much affecting the breath, but it will affect your ability to relax. Close the eyes, lift the gaze to the point between the eyebrows. And with the exhalations especially, feel the entire body softening. It's like it's melting away into the earth beneath the floor. Easy breathing. You've opened up these areas of the body. The breath can flow so much more freely now. Just enjoy that freedom of breathing. Freedom from bodily tension. Freedom from restriction of the physical breath. Freedom from restriction in the energy breath. That energy can rise easily as you release tension. Rise to the brain. Just feel it gathering at the point between the eyebrows as the rest of the body drops away from your awareness in relaxation. Now bring your awareness back to the breath and let it deepen a little bit, carrying with it your awareness back into the limbs to move the arms and legs a little bit, to roll the head from side to side, to reach the arms up overhead along the floor, inhaling, lengthen up through the fingertips and stretch down through the feet. Exhaling, bring the knees up and wrap your arms around them, squeeze them in and roll left and right across the spine a few times. Over onto one side. And then as you're ready, slowly push back to an upright position and come into a comfortable sitting position for meditation. Spine straight, whether on the floor or in a chair. Just want to have plenty of space for this newfound openness in the breath. In our last class, we did a very vigorous breathing technique that can take you into deep stillness. In this class, we're going to do a very subtle breathing technique that can also take you into stillness. Close the eyes. Lift the gaze to the point between the eyebrows. Just keep your eyes in this position the whole time. If they drop out of the position, just gently but firmly return them to that point. And just notice the body's breathing. And begin to amplify that breathing a bit by lengthening the inhalations and exhalations. Keeping them equal. And move into the full yogic breath, but a gentle, very, very gentle version, expanding belly and lower ribs and chest as you inhale. Relaxing chest, lower ribs, and belly as you exhale. And just make those breaths long without any struggle. If you feel any restriction in the breath, relax the corresponding physical area of the body. Perhaps it's the abdominal region, which we were stretching out in the last class. Just relax it. You know how. Keep the entire torso open, soft, so the breath can flow fully. And begin to notice now, after each inhalation and after each exhalation, how the breath, if you're not controlling it too much, the breath naturally pauses. You don't go immediately from an inhale to an exhale. You stop for just a moment. And then you go to the exhalation. It might not be long, but the pause is there if you're not overly controlling the breath. Begin to pay special attention to those pauses after the inhalation and after the exhalation before the next breath comes in. And begin to enjoy those pauses. When the breath is not moving, the mind is quieter automatically. There's a close connection between mind and breath. Also, when the breath, physical breath, is not moving, the energy breath is not moving. To enjoy that stillness of energy between the inhalations and exhalations. There's no movement, body or energy, during those times. And the more you enjoy it, the more those pauses will naturally lengthen a bit. Not forcing them to lengthen, they just naturally lengthen out of your own interest in them. And now notice how that stillness between the breaths, between inhalations and exhalations, it doesn't go away when the breath moves again. There's still a stillness beneath the movement of the breath. Try to feel that. So even though the physical breath moves, even though the energy breath moves again, at a subtler level than either body or energy breath, there is stillness. Stillness that never changes with the breath. Stillness that is rejuvenating, deeply restful. Just enjoy that stillness beneath the breath. A stillness that is always with you. To bring the mind back to an outward state of awareness once again. As you're ready, slowly open the eyes. Now as you move into your next activity, take this deep stillness with you. Preserve it by moving your body very consciously, very gracefully. In fact, Try not to speak any more than you need to. We say so many unnecessary words in our lives. Conserve that stillness and strengthen it by giving your full, relaxed attention into every activity. By doing this, you'll find that all of your higher functions are more effective. Willpower, creativity, insight, and above all, happiness. Joy to you.